Omnigul is the last of Crota's generals. She is the architect of her master's wakening. As long as she lives, the threat of Crota's return will haunt this world. Track her down and exterminate every hive that stands in your way.
Well, isn't this a surprise? Oh, I'm gonna let Eris speak for 1 second.
A new hive army is spawning under the Skywatch. This is Omnigul's doing. Find her.
What's up, people? SPC Brawlers here, aka Brawlers, and I'm gonna be giving you guys a special review. This is a secret strike that is on Destiny, and it's the Will of Crota. Oh yeah. The reason why I'm saying it's a secret is the fact that anyone can do this strike as long as you have the first DLC, The Dark Below, or the expansion / season pass for Destiny, and it involves with Crota's right-handed general, the famous wizard herself, also known as Omnigul. For those of you who do not know, I highly recommend you get the first DLC for this game to know more information about her and what she is all about. But going back to the reason why I'm saying it's a secret is the fact that I was able to do this strike on the Vanguard Rock random strike, and I even checked on Earth's map, but there was no indicator to allow myself to get in and challenge Omnigul in this strike. And I believe someone is speaking. Yeah, someone's speaking right now. Which in a way is good, because I always want to keep the conversation flowing when we're playing any type of game. And I am about to get my ass handed to this captain, and I shouldn't have done that. You gotta be careful with these enemies, people. Just a heads up. The only way you can do this strike for sure is if you go to Eris in the tower and pick up a bounty that requires you to go and destroy Omnigul on Earth in this intense strike. Yes, it is pretty intense, people, because you'll be dealing with enemies that are at least level 25 and up, so you're gonna need a pretty strong fire team in order to take her down, because she is tough as nails, especially with the enemies that are coming at you like there's no tomorrow. With the Dark Below DLC, now you have not one but 2 strikes on Earth, which means double the fun that you can have on planet Earth. The only existing strike on Earth by default is the Devil's Lair, which is mainly involved with the Fallen, to be specific, the House of Devils. Speaking of the house, right now as you're seeing the enemies as we are fighting, this is the House of Royals, and you'll know it's them because they are rarely seen and their color indicator is yellow or gold, or you can think of whatever you want, but they have a unique color that stands out. Now for the hive, oh man, they will tear you to shreds if you don't know what you're doing. Once Eris says the hive infestation is spreading, your fire team and yourself are gonna have to get ready to fight the Thrall and the hive in a matter of seconds, because they're gonna be coming at you like the flood from Halo. So keep your guns up and keep your eyes open and keep your distance, because they're gonna shred you up if you're not careful. Fortunately, this was the first run that I did with a few other random people, which of course every strike will end up random unless you have a fire team. I was also fortunate enough to record this for you guys to see and know what's up with this strike, so you guys can go in yourselves and bring Omnigul to her knees. The special group of hive that she has as her protectors are also known as the Blood of Orcs, which, all in honesty, these are just different groups within the same species. Fallen is Fallen and Hive is Hive, and it's all mumbo jumbo. It's like saying tomato tomato, but it's just a pronunciation. Alrighty, so we are here outside of the Lunar Complex, I believe this is, or if it's not the Lunar Complex, feel free to correct me if I am wrong, because I do not know 100% of the entire map of Destiny, especially since there are so many places in Destiny to just explore and have a blast at. And we're still facing the House of Royals, as you are seeing right now, and to be honest, I am just blubbering out of what's coming out of my mouth, because I really didn't write much to inform you guys, but there was a lot that can go down within a few seconds. And as you can see right now, we're still fighting it out with the Fallen, and little did we know that the Hive were going to be there as well, and I just got sniped. So it might take a little bit for my teammates to pick me up, and I am wrong. They rapidly pick me up, which I always love that. Let me know if you guys really enjoyed yourselves actually getting picked up immediately, or you want to think things through as you are being waited to be revived, because it's half and half for me. So there are more fallen on the way here, and a lot of them will have a lot of health since, like I said before, you're going to be dealing with 25 level enemies. Be careful with that vandal sniper up on that high ridge over there. At least inform yourself or inform someone to take out that sniper, because if you're not careful, he will pick you off. And unfortunately, I got sniped again, which I'm going to fast forward because since nobody picks me up, we're going to see what happens next. Alright, so now I'm gonna take care of this sniper that was harassing us big time. Well, mostly me because I'm just another average player, but we can easily get that aside. And we can just pick up this Guardian right here. Thanks for the help. And just to be on the lookout, there are a lot of Fallen that have yellow health indicators. You're gonna be facing at least 3 of them. One of them, which I'm gonna end up shooting in a few seconds, is protected by 3 other captains. So you're gonna have to keep your eyes open, especially for those vandals over there with the sharpened electric blades. I like to call them the sharpened electric blades because that's what they really do. They electrify you and they harm you. Oh, and a big note that I would like to inform all of you as of right now: the fusion rifle that you're seeing, the Murmur, I highly recommend you use this weapon against the Hive. This will shred up the Hive like there's no tomorrow. And I just keep saying that. Why? Because it just comes out of my mouth. And we're just sucking the heck out of this fallen bastard. Now we're going to be heading on forward. So, some of you may recognize this place that we're about to see right now. So, right here and there, and finishing off the last of the enemies. We were just gathering up some ammo, and along the way, and thinking about what the heck we were going to expect next, because we didn't know what we were going to expect. So, I'm going to leave you to see this short reload clip, and I'll be back in a moment, alright? Now we have to breach the Jovelin complex, and I was able to find this before I actually got my hands on and see what in the world was inside this complex. So some of you may recognize this place. This is the place where the Fallen and the Hive actually go to town on each other for a specific bounty that Eris tells you to do, and you'll also face a knight that is called, I believe it's by the name Unrax the Hatred. It has a name something similar to that. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we're going to be going inside the Jovelin complex, and so I'll see you in a sec. I was able to go up to this specific point during a patrol, but you can only access the gate within this strike. And what lies behind this gate is going to be a hell of a fight. But this hell of a fight does get itself worthy if you complete the strike in a specific amount of time, because I know nobody wants to stay in one particular strike for a very, very long time because it is irritating. And now I am trying to find anything else with my little ghost, but nothing was here. And so now we're just going to keep walking. We're indicating of how tough it was going to be. She is pretty tough. So like I said before, have your fusion solar rifles ready.
Hello, bro. Oh my god,
And there she is, Omnigul, the Will of Crota herself. And I just got sliced by a knight. Great. All honesty, I am not the best Destiny player, but I don't like bragging, and I am not a bragger. Oh, that was pretty epic right there. A double strike. So I had to fast forward this part over here because this takes a long time to defeat. And unfortunately, one of our players had to go because of his parents. And I play with random people, so you never know what to expect. At least he gave us a notification that he was going to leave, which is good. I would live if someone leaves and I would know they had told me this, or the very least, at least give us a heads up instead of someone just leaving right off the bat. So he unfortunately left us to fight Omnigul by ourselves, just the 2 of us. The Sunsinger in class setup with the Warlock is a wise move, my friend. I don't know who was playing the Warlock, but I give props to that person. Because, like I said before, and this is the 3rd time I'm saying it, and hopefully this is the final time I say it, the Hive hate solar damage weapons and solar damaged abilities. So if you're going to be running with the Hunter, go with the Gunslinger and shoot Omnigul up. If you're going with the Warlock, go at it with the Sunsinger. And I just got down again. I don't know how many times I went down, but honesty, you just gotta be careful, which I really wasn't being that careful within this strike since it was the first time, but it wasn't that bad. It was actually quite entertaining and it was a lot of fun. So we are just right about at the last minute of defeating Omnigul herself, and just be careful with all the hive specimens that are out there, especially the hollow thralls, the hollow knights, and you will be facing a hollow wizard or two. Just keep an eye out for that. And if you are running with the Titan, and for all of you Titan lovers out there, use solar damage weapons. Anything that has to do with solar, but I highly recommend you using the most, the Murmur, with the solar fusion rifle damage equipped. Her health goes down very quickly. Well, I would say in a fair-paced manner, since she is tricky to defeat, but her shield goes out very, very quickly. So that about wraps up this review of Omnigul and the Will of Crota. I hear it might be easier for all of you guys to defeat Crota in Crota's End if none of you have done the raid, which I myself haven't done yet, which I am really looking forward to. But I'm going to be doing the Vault of Glass, so I hope you all enjoyed the review, and this is the first time I am actually spitfiring out words on my own. So I would have to say thank you all for listening, and hopefully you made it this far. And if you are, you guys are awesome. Hopefully I'll be doing more reviews, because this review alone was a lot of fun to do, and this is all for you guys. So until then, see ya.